Hi guys, it is Ouch110. How is everyone doing? Good, good, good. I very much hope. I've got another spotlight video for you today, and today it is the turn of Hudsons. Boop, ba, boop, boop, boop. I first came across these fragrances when I watched Chris from Fragmental's video about them, and a day later, bing, I got a message in my inbox on Instagram from the guys saying, would you like to try our fragrances? Of course I said yes, because I always want to smell new things. It is an inane thing that I cannot stop. So yeah, they're an English brand. They are a homegrown brand. They are a small brand, and now more than ever, we need to support brands like this. You know, people that own their own businesses, not huge, massive conglomerates, because them guys are fine. They're good. So Hudsons, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them first. First of all, this brand is very, very affordable in terms of their fragrances. They started out as a barbershop. They still are a barbershop, but they had a couple of perfumes that they used to, I guess, spray on their clients after they had their hair did. And I guess the demand grew, and now they produce these fragrances in-house. They bottle them, they label them, they do everything themselves. It's two guys that do it. They're from Hertfordshire, a place called Ware in Hertfordshire. We're actually neighbours, guys. I'm from London, so you're only a little bit up there, not too far. And I want to read you their Our Story bit so you can just get a little bit of background as to what they're about. So it says, Hudson's Fragrances was founded in Ware, Hertfordshire. It all started with a barbershop. Hudson's Barbers was opened in 2014, and soon after came Hudson's Fragrances. Here we are. Inspired by our clients and their tales came the idea to create something that can tell a story through scent. Initially, the fragrances were used after a barbershop service and then could be purchased at the till. Later, with word of mouth, these fragrances became popular outside of the shop and demand grew. Pretty much what I just said. Although they're still used in the barbershop, over time our fragrances have changed, and we now offer a range of fragrances for both men, both men and women. Today, Hudson's is a niche perfume house that creates groundbreaking fragrance by hand. Everything from start to finish is handcrafted in our house, from mixing and pouring the fragrance to packing, printing, oh that's a new one, printing and labeling. So they've got 3 fragrances. They sent me all 3 of them. I haven't tried them yet, so this is a first impressions. So the fragrances come in 100ml bottles for $44.99, which is so inexpensive, really affordable. They also sell them in these little mini dinky dink 15ml bottles, which is the ones I have here. There you go, that's what they look like. These are $18.99. And then they have a little mini discovery set of 3 samples for $6.50. And you get 2 mils of each, so they're really affordable. I'm really excited to try them. I remember Chris from Fragmental saying that they smell a lot more expensive than they are, so I'll be the judge of that. So I'm just gonna smell number 1 first, because you know, let's start at the very beginning. So this one says, an amazing creation of iris, violet and orchid, blended perfectly with the heart of sweet oud and sandalwood before the emergence of the dominant oriental notes, labdanum, patchouli and oak moss. This one sounds good. I like orientals. I want to see what it's like. I am clean skinned, I am de-shaved, I am freshly showered, and because it's a small line, I can afford to put them on my skin, which is good, because you know, sometimes when I do these spotlights, the brand has, you know, 10 and I just can't spray them all over me. But this one I can. So let's spray it, let's smell it, let's see what it is. Number 1. I would like to know a bit more about the stories, I would say. It's a little bit of a minimalist brand, it seems, kind of like Der Duft that I reviewed recently. They're just, here's the name, here's the notes, and make of it what you will. So I can already smell this, and it's really nice. Oh, it's definitely a really nice oriental. I can smell iris straight away. That's the prominent thing I'm getting here. And it's really ambery. So because there's patchouli and labdanum in here, you've got 2/3 of the oriental, of the amber accord, sorry. So it really feels sweet and rich. It definitely doesn't feel like £45. I'll tell you that. And the iris is giving it, or the orris root should I say, is giving it this really nice thing that iris does, which is makeup, waxy, tiny bit leathery, smooth, powdery kind of feeling. So it's like iris in amber. That's what it smells like to me. Really, really prominent amber here. Little bit woody, and I can definitely feel oud as well. So the oud in here is, I mean, I'm guessing for the price, guys, I don't know. I guess it's not gonna be real oud, because if it was, it wouldn't be this price. But it doesn't feel like super synthetic oud. I don't like oud when it's screechy and really sharp and just, you know those ouds when you smell them and they're a little bit choky? This is nice. This is a really good start. I really hope I like the other ones as much. I'm gonna come back to it in a while. It really smells like there's vanilla in here. There's something very, very sweet in here, which is just adding to the fact that it really smells ambery. So if you like amber, if you like Shalimar, if you like Le Lion by Chanel, if you like those big, warm, cozy ambers, that's what this is, with the added extravagance of orris root and oud that is not so badly misbehaved. For now, we'll move on. Number 2, let's smell number 2. Let's put it on this hand. I'm gonna have to put one of the other ones a little bit higher up. I won't read the notes of this one. I'm just gonna smell it and see what it is. Oh, this is much fresher. This is a brighter fragrance. It smells a little bit animalic. It's fruity somehow. This is like a bright, slightly transparent fruity smell. I can really feel oud in this one as well. Is there oud in this one? Let me just have a look. So this one says, the scintillating fragrance, this scintillating fragrance is inspired by pure beauty. It fuses the refreshing notes of grapefruit, mandarin, saffron, that's what I can smell here, and rose with decadently, I cannot speak today. What on earth is happening? Which decadently blends with a base of oud, cypriol and balsams. So if you don't know what cypriol is, it's also known as nagamotha. It is kind of medicinal, herbal, green type smell. It's really kind of foresty in a way. And this makes sense now. I can really smell saffron in here. It's got that sort of inky dryness, but it smells really fruity, but it's not fruity in a way of grapefruit. It's like something else. And the oud and rose is prominent. So the more I'm getting used to this, the more this feels like, I've smelled quite a lot of these before. It's that rose oud combination, but this has got sparks of fruit in it as well, which is really interesting. And it's kind of strong. I mean, this one's lovely. This number 1, I really like it. This one I like a little bit less, but only because it feels familiar to me. But I guess, you know, when these guys created these, they had to create something a little bit more universal, I guess. They're not typical, they're not boring so far. That's what I will say, definitely. There's something about each of them. But this one, for me, I'm gonna be totally honest and say that this does have that oudy type smell that I don't like. The oud in the first one I think is really great. This one, it's a lot more prominent and it's kind of sharp, and the saffron's making it feel a little bit animalic. The oud is a little bit animalic here, but with much cleaner notes as well. So it's pulling my olfactory brain in 2 different directions. One part of it I like, the other part is not for me. It feels like some of the Montal fragrances, if you've smelled a lot of theirs. It's quite a potent oud, this one. But I mean, you have to remember the price of these guys. £45 for 100 ml, and this smells better than a lot of designer things that I have tried of late. Flashback to my rant about Voce Vive. What is this crap? Okay, I'm really excited to try the third one. Let's just get it on. Let's just see what it is. Let's get it on. Oh, we've gone in a totally different direction with this one now. This one feels decidedly masculine. It feels maybe like melon or something like that. It's got a little bit of a watery, masculine feel, like something that might be called sport. A warm oriental that opens with a sparkling bergamot and grapefruit, leading to a heart of violet leaf, soft spices and a warm floral jasmine accord. A jasmine accord? That's interesting. Why would it not just be jasmine? Why would it need to be an accord of jasmine? A rich oriental base built with amber, soft leather accents and dark musk complete the blend. My first impression of this would definitely not be to say that it's oriental. The first one is definitely, this feels like a fresh woody fragrance to me. Kind of clean. There's definitely, the wood in here feels more along the lines of something like cedar wood, you know, it's actually a woody smell, as opposed to sometimes in fragrances, wood can smell like sultry, crisp. This is actual like wood shavings type smell with aquatic and brightness. I don't know where the oriental comes in. Maybe I have to let it dry. You know, these are first impressions. It feels like there's pepper in here as well. Did they say pepper? They said spices, but who knows what spices. Some spices are, pepper is a spice, so maybe that's what it is. Also, a lot of spices are woody, like nutmeg, that is a very woody smelling spice, so maybe that's what I'm getting. But oriental, it is not. This feels like it's gonna be really tenacious. It feels like it's gonna be one of those stick on and you're gonna be able to smell it for ages kind of smell. I really do get the feeling, and I agree with Chris from Fragmental here, that they definitely do not smell like the price that they are. Are they super groundbreaking? Do they feel niche? No, but you have to consider the price here, guys. They don't smell like the cost. The first one for me is the standout. This is my favorite. Being an Oriental lover, this really ticks the box of being an Oriental. It feels a little bit now that like there's possibly like a cinnamon or clove or something that has eugenol in it. The iris is kind of dying down and it's becoming more like a woody amber. I always talk about the three facets of amber, and sometimes depending on how it's made, it can lean different ways. This is a woody amber as opposed to a vanillic amber or a resinous one. I like this, it's really nice. It's got a bit of a dry woody feel to it now, but still being ambery all the while. Definitely favourite. Let's go back to the second one. This one is definitely my least favourite of the three. It's only because the oud is really prominent here, but it's not, it's changed a bit. It's not a definitely dirty or skanky oud. It feels very Middle Eastern, this one, and it's not too overpowering, but it's just not my style. But if you like that sort of fruity oud smell, bit of dryness from saffron, maybe try number 2 out. So yeah, that one's last favorite, I should say, and this one is second favorite, number 3. This is the one that they say is Oriental, but it just doesn't smell like that. It's not a bad thing, it's just, it doesn't, the first one is, but this one isn't. This is really dry woody. It's starting to feel the brightness in the opening that it had, this bright citrusy kind of feeling is disappearing, and it's starting to smell like there's something in here that's reminding me of Musk Deer by Zoologists. And it's not the musk, it's something else. It's the woody part of that fragrance. It's starting to feel like a bit like a Molecule perfume, if you've ever tried a Molecule, the brand. So it could have like Isoe Super, very cedar wood kind of smell. And the whatever was kind of, it felt a little bit sport and aquatic at the beginning, has definitely changed. It's done a 180, this one. Yeah, it definitely feels like Isoe Super, so it's really a little bit peppery, cedar woody, transparent. So they've all changed quite a lot. I'm gonna leave it there because there's only 3 and I don't want to talk about them forever because you guys will probably get very bored of me. But for now, this is my spotlight on Hudsons, a new UK brand. Really affordable if you want to try something out that is kind of leaning niche, but with familiar concepts, I'll say that. And something obviously very affordable. Oh, I love this sound. Here's the little dudes. Doo, 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 doo. I'll leave a link to Hudson's website below where you can go and get these if you want to try them. If you're from the UK and want to try them, try and support a small brand. That's all I'm saying. Anyway guys, I'm out to 110, trying to make the world smell better, one video at a time. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.